Hey everybody, my name is Brianna and I am the fashion, makeup, and lifestyle blogger of Sequin Gowns Mermaid Crowns. This is my first ever vlog. I've been wanting to do video blogging for a long time and just couldn't really work up the courage to do it, which is weird because I'm an actress, but it's not the same. So basically my best friend Jessie, hey, she's a blogger too. She kind of gave me the idea to do a natural makeup look tutorial because she needed help and she's not here. So I said, hey, I'll send you a video. And then I decided, like, maybe I'll just put it on my blog. So here we are. I'm really excited. I hope this is one of many. Basically what it's going to be is just a brief tutorial on what I do every day as a natural makeup look. You can see that I have on right now. Very minimal, very natural, lightweight, great for the summertime, especially for every day when you live at the beach and it is very, very hot on occasion. I think last week we had upwards of 80s and 90s. Fun. It was one of those days that it was like short shorts, tank top, hair in a bun, no makeup, like no. So this is great for those days, especially when you don't want to deal with it. So, and also when you're being lazy, because I'm often lazy with my makeup. So here it is. I hope you guys like it. Leave comments. Let me know what you think. Don't be mean. And if you want to see more of this kind of thing, that would be great for me to know. So let's get started. Alright, so the first thing we're going to start out with is toner. I'm using the Botanics Rosewater Toning Spritz. It's 100% organic. It feels really great on your skin. Just kind of spray it on, shake it up a little bit. Kind of just sets a good blank canvas for you. And then you just kind of wait for that to dry. It feels, great. It's really refreshing and it kind of tightens up your skin a little bit. So nice, even skin tone, smaller pores, all that good stuff. So the next thing I'm going to do is my eyes. So this is the Yes to Blueberries eye roller, Brightening eye roller. I don't know if they make it anymore. I've kind of had it a long time, but basically it's just you have a little roller ball there. See that? And you just kind of roll it on your eye like this. And it kind of firms it up and gets rid of the puffiness. So then you just wait for that to dry to do your next step. So now we're going to get started on our face, besides our skincare. This is the Aveeno Active Naturals Positively Radiant Tinted Moisturizer. I use this all the time. It is a godsend. Basically, it's a moisturizer with a little bit of color in it, so you don't really need foundation. It kind of just evens you out. If you have pretty decent skin like I do, it lasts all day. It has SPF in it, SPF 30. It just gives you a sheer coverage. It's perfect for the summertime. So usually what I'll do is I'll take about 3 pumps of this. Now it looks kind of like a lot. I don't know if you can see it. But it's enough to cover your face and neck. Do that. And make sure you get your eyelids too, because they get dry as well. It's good to get your ears, neck. Make sure everything's blended. You don't want any chunks, anything of that nature. Alright. So after you put on your tinted moisturizer, I'm just going to use a little bit of concealer. This is the Tarte Maracuja Creaseless Concealer. See that there? And I love this, and I love Tarte products. It's great. Gives you full coverage without like creasing or anything. That's kind of like what they say about it. It's also waterproof. And you just take a little tiny bit. You don't need a lot. And I kind of like to gradually put more on. I use it mostly just under my eyes, just to cover those dark circles. Just kind of blend it. Make you look awake. A lot of the times I'm not awake. And I look away because I know what I'm doing here. My circles aren't too dark today, so. And I mean, honestly, you're gonna have a little bit of color there regardless of what you do. You're human. It's just how your skin is. Unless you pack it on and then you're gonna look fake. So I try not to do that, especially for this look. Also, just because I have a little bit of redness in my chin and on my nose, like right in here a little bit, I put a little concealer on that with this tinted moisturizer just because it's not a full coverage foundation. Normally I wouldn't need to, but for this I will. Just a little bit. My nose actually looks pretty good today. Some days it's redder than others, don't ask me why. And then any other blemishes you might have, scars, anything, you can see I have something going on down here. I don't know what that's about. But I have a little bit of scarring, so I have to cover that up. But otherwise, you know, if you have a blemish, a pimple, or whatever, just dab a little bit of that on there. Alright, so after you're done your concealer, that's pretty much all you're going to do for your base. I'm just going to put some translucent powder on. This is a Maracuja translucent loose powder that I got a while back from Influencer because they're awesome. And this brush, just a big fluffy brush, Eco Tools, love them. Yeah, so I just get a little bit of powder here, if it's going to give me any, sometimes it doesn't. Yeah, so just a little bit, I mean, not like a ridiculous amount, but just, you know, a dab on there. I try to focus it on my forehead and my nose because that seems to be the shiniest place, just to tone that down a little bit. And then otherwise it's just really going to be to set the foundation and part of your makeup. Okay. That's pretty easy. Now this is the optional part, the bronzer. I don't always put bronzer on for this look. It depends on what I'm wearing and how lazy I am that day. But for days like today where I'm wearing my hair up, particularly, I will bronze a little bit just because I like to cut down the forehead a little bit. This is the Benefit Hoola bronzer. It's great. I love it. It's really easy to use. Just comes with the little brush. Show you. Little baby brush, real thin, perfect for bronzing. You can see I've worn this down quite a bit. And I just kind of dab it in there like that. And then when I bronze, I do a little bit of a contouring, which is what I'm making this video for. Thank you, Jessie. So basically I just get a little bit, I focus on my forehead and the sides of my face, cheekbones. So it's kind of like the round of my face and then the cheekbones. So first I'll do the top of my forehead here. And it's just going to be really subtle. You don't need a lot, especially like if it's just a natural look. You don't want to, you know, it's not contouring. It's just light bronzing slash contouring, if you want to call it that. So yeah, so just put a little bit on the forehead there. And then I do like on my temples. And we are going to blend this. I know it's, you can't really see it all that much on camera, but it's pretty dark to me. And then I'm going to do that on the side. So basically just I'm framing my face almost. And then I'm going to do underneath because I am not the thinnest person in the world. I do get a little jowl going on down here, so I like to hide that. So basically I just kind of do, you know, draw a line across my jawline here, and I like to emphasize the point of my jawline here. And just kind of, you know, right here. And then I kind of just bring it down just to blend. Since most of the time your neck's in shadow anyway, like you can see in the video, it's okay if it's a little tiny smidgen bit darker than the rest of your face. And it kind of gives you that that shaded look. Then I do, after that I do my cheekbones. So I only have, you can see a little bit of definition of my cheekbones just naturally. So I'm just gonna go with that and use that as like a stencil almost. So I kind of just suck in my face a little bit, like that. And you don't want to go all the way down because then it's gonna look funny. I kind of do like halfway, so like right to where you can almost feel your jaw right here, like your jawbone. So kind of about halfway. It depends on what kind of cheekbones you have. For me, that's what I do. So I just kind of do it like that. And you can see it's almost like a 3 motion. I'm sure you've seen that before. You know, the 3. And then, so this is dark. You can see it right here. That's a dark line. We don't want that. It's gonna be natural. So I'm just gonna grab a fluffy angled brush. This one is Luxie 504 large angled brush. Got that from M.A.C also. It's fluffy and nice. And then I'm just gonna blend it in a little bit. Just kind of, you can see, just to feather out the edges a little bit so it's not such a harsh line. And then, okay, so you're good with that. Just gives you, it's just the slightest contour, but it really does make a difference. And I am the girl that does not leave the house without some blush. I love me some blush. I have a lot. I have a bag dedicated to blush. That's how bad it is. Most of them are MAC. I love MAC blushes. This one that I'm going to use right now is the Pleasure Model Extra Dimension Blush by MAC. And I'll open it so you can see the color. It's beautiful. I almost call it kind of like an Adobe color. It's really pretty. It has a little bit of shimmer to it. And then I have my Eco Tools blush brush. Great. Love it. So I'm just going to put a little bit of blush on, not a ton. But I like, for some reason on me, I don't know if this happens to anybody else, but when I put blush on, it kind of, I put a lot because it fades as I'm doing my makeup. Like by the time I'm done my makeup, it's like half gone. So I put a lot on at first, and you'll see that in the video that it's going to be like, it looks natural and not like a clown. So, and then I learned this trick from Tyra, watching, I think it was QVC or HSN. I was watching HSN, and she was debuting her makeup line, and they were showing how to, you know, tutorials on how to put the makeup on and stuff like that. And this is like my favorite trick, to put blush on. Basically, instead of like doing like the smile and put it on your apples thing, which is what I always did before, you kind of make the like shade face, as she called it. So you kind of like that, like, and it really just pops out exactly where you want your blush, and it's awesome, and I love it. It's probably my favorite like tip I've ever gotten from anybody or seen. So I'm gonna do that. It's really cool. You'll see. And then when I put my blush on, I just kind of do like circular motions, just to really get it in there. And I also kind of bring it up into my temple a little bit too, just to blend it in with the bronzer. And I know you can see how dark that is. Like, come on, like, is this ridiculous? Is this for real? But I promise you, it will fade. So there's your blush. Can't forget the essential eyelash curling. Gotta do it. So next is brows. Never leave the house, girls, without doing your brows. They are so important. If you do nothing else, please at least comb your brows so they look good. Like, believe me, it will make your face look 1,000 times better. Mine aren't horrible, but you know, I like to spruce them up a little bit. So I'm going to use the Benefit Gimme Brow. You can see that. I know it's probably backwards. for me it's backwards right now, but it might not be for you. This is great. It's basically, you can see the little, if you haven't seen it before, you can see that little brush. Basically it's just a tinted brow gel. You just kind of swoop it on, I'll show you. It really just defines your brows, and while simultaneously brushing them. Really loud. Yeah, so it kind of just gives it a little extra oomph, makes them look like you did something to them and you really didn't. You can tell, you can see like this brow is done, this brow is not. So I basically fill in on the ends a little bit here because it's not quite as dark. And then sometimes I get a little smudgy, especially now I don't have my contacts in and I cannot see a darn thing. Which is why I'm so close to the camera. But you see like right here, I got a little schmutz there. Just kind of rub it off with your finger, that's what they're there for. So yeah, they look pretty good. I mean, I don't feel like you need to really do the whole 9 on your brows every day. I like to do it every once in a while just to, if I'm going out or something like that, or I do my eye makeup really heavy just to really frame my face. But this does a really great job for every day. I'm going to white line my rims. Not everybody does this. I like to do it because I have kind of small eyes, so it makes them pop a little bit, make them a little bigger. This is pretty worn down. I use it a lot. It was a full-size pencil when I bought it. This is the Sephora Contour Eye Pencil 12-hour wear in Blonde Ambition. I don't know if you can really see it all that well. It's almost white. It's not quite white. I used to do white, but I didn't. It was so harsh. Like, this is closer to the whites of my eyes because they're not that stark white. So it makes that, it appears that it gives it the appearance of looking larger. So I would do that. So I just do kind of like, and it's alright if it gets like on the outside too, because it actually looks really pretty as almost an eyeliner. Just make sure it's even on both sides if you're gonna leave it out. I like to do it like in the corners of my eyes, kind of as a nice highlight. See? My eyes look bigger. They look bigger. Yeah. For my eyeshadow, I'm going to be using the Urban Decay Advice Palette. Best freaking $50 I ever spent in my life. I use it all the time. It's glorious. Look at all the colors. Like, come on. So for this time, I am going to grab my brushes. Have a little spot for them here. And I'm going to use, I actually don't remember who this brush is by, but I love this brush. I use it solely for base shadows and for highlight, so it doesn't get dirty. I don't get any dark shadows on it ever. So I'm gonna use this top one. I don't know if you can do this one right here. It's called Truth. It's really great. It's almost skin colored. It's a little bit lighter, so it gives a nice base color. So I just like to put that on here. Oh, this is my jam. And I put it on, I cover my whole eye right here with this one. I guess you can say I use it as kind of like a primer shadow. I mean, you're not going to see this, it's just to base everything out. So it gives everything a nice even color. Then I'm going to use this white on the bottom here. You can see that. It's called Bobby Dazzle. It's really pretty, it's still white, and it's got a little bit of a shimmer in it, which is nice. Let's see if I can show you on the brush. Hang on. See that? Pretty, right? So I use that as a highlight on my brows, which is wonderful. It's like literally all you need. Like, you could go out like this, just the base and this highlight. It's wonderful. And I also kind of like to bring it down into the, the tear duct area down here, just because it gives a nice little, just a little bit of a shimmer. So yes, there's that. So some days I'll go out like that. or I'll add a Creaseless. You can see it's really just, it's pretty. You don't really need a lot. But for today I'm going to go give you a little bit of the next step just to show you. I'm going to use Last Sin, which is this one. Oh, hey, look, it's me. This one right here. It's a really nice neutral color. I'll show you on the brush. It's got a nice sheen to it. Where's the brush? It's very, very soft. Gives it just a little bit of shine. You can see the difference. This is a matte and this is shiny. Okay, so I apologize if the video looks weird. I had to switch devices halfway through. So we're going to continue with our eyeshadow, Last Sin. Finish putting that on this eyelid here. Nice little shimmer. Okay. And then I always like to make sure like whatever I used the day before is not still on here. Probably don't wash my brushes as much as I should. Need to do that. Should do it. So I just kind of like brush it off, make sure there's not like a super dark color that I'm going to just like ruin my whole makeup. So for the crease, I'm going to use one of my all-time favorites, DTF. Yes, it is what you think it is. But it's a nice like cool brown instead of like, you see how warm these ones are? I feel like a cooler color is going to look a little bit more natural for me, at least for my skin tone. These ones kind of pop up too much for me, especially this one right here. So yeah, so we're going to use the DTF. And just a tip, when you're using a dark eyeshadow, especially for a look that's like this, a natural look, you always want to kind of like blow off the brush a little bit just to get all of that extra stuff off. You don't need that much product on the brush at one time. It will look too dark, and you don't want to do that. You want to build, you want to build your color and not just put it all on at one time. So that's what we're going to do. So I just kind of blew it off a little bit. And I like to start on the outer edge of my eye, just because that's where I want it to be the darkest, to make my eyes look bigger. I'm going to work my way in here. Just kind of blend it out from the ends. And then I also like to blend it into my just a little bit, to give it a little bit of an ombre effect, for lack of a better word. And you see how, like, you can see how dark, like the difference, how dark it is on the outside of my eye. So we just want to blend that in. And if you find, like, that you still put too much on and it's too dark for you, I like to use this big fluffy brush here. This brush. This is from a set I got from Makeup For You. I'm pretty sure it was made in China, but they're fantastic. I got them for like $12. It's like this whole huge pack. This I use mostly just for blending. So I just kind of take that outer edge there and just blend it in. And also blending into my lid. So that's pretty much all you're going to do for your eyeshadow. I also like to go back in the end and just go over this highlight here a little bit, just to make sure I didn't get any dark shadow on that highlighted section. And it also kind of rounds out this line here. And then I'm going to grab my fluffy brush again and just kind of sweep up the sides here, so just in case I have any fallout. And I also like to have almost a winged effect to my eyeshadow, so that it's not like smudged on the side or anything. That looks pretty good. And you can see by this point that my blush is kind of toned down a little bit. There's a couple spots that are a little dark. But I'll just go, this brush I kind of use for pretty much everything, to blend in color. So yeah, just kind of blend in my blush a little bit. But I think it looks pretty good. Alright, so the last thing I'm going to do is mascara. Sometimes I'll put eyeliner on just a little smidgen, just to outline my eyes to make them more defined. But most days I just go with this baby here. This is the Lights Camera Lashes by Tarte. It is wonderful mascara. I love it. It's got a nice brush there. see it. Yeah, so I just kind of do put a nice coat of mascara on my lashes. I also like to do the wiggle so that my lashes don't clump together. And you want to make sure they look nice because this is basically going to be the focal point of your makeup since you really don't have anything on. And I do my top and bottom lashes, but just the outer corners here. And you can even see it just immediately how much bigger my eyes look with that mascara on. It's wonderful. And those are all natural lashes there. So basically, that's it. Then the last thing I'm going to do is set it. This is like my go-to Urban Decay All-Nighter Makeup Setting Spray. It is the best thing. I know I say that a lot, but this is my favorite. I've been buying this for years. It's great. So basically, you just kind of shake it up and close your eyes and just spray it. They suggest doing a T or an X motion. I kind of just go crazy. So I just kind of do like 3 on the face and 1 on the neck. That's basically my thing. So just let it dry and you're done. And that is your natural makeup look. And it's really super easy. It doesn't take super long. I do it every morning for work. Takes about, I would say, maybe 10 minutes when I'm not talking through it, obviously. 10 minutes or so. It looks nice. I mean, I don't really have a lot of makeup on. It's very natural. It's easy, simple. I work, I wear activewear to work every day, so I don't want to go in with a big smoky eye because I feel like it's not going to look right. So for me, at least. So I just kind of keep with a natural look, and I do this every day. It's very comfortable. You don't have that heavy foundation on. It's great. So this is my natural makeup look. It's pretty much my everyday. I hope you like it, and thanks for watching.